What's up, everybody? This is Ace of Next Fan Ben, and welcome to another fleet making video. This one is going to be a continuation of the treasure teleportation farming idea that I started, and we're going to add Parley to it. I did figure out a way to get Parley in that fleet by taking off the Explorer from Superb and then adding an English letter of marque, which you could modify. That would be part of the +5 selection. So based on your opponent's fleet, you could do a Spanish letter mark, or American, or English, or French, or soul mark if you see cursed in the enemy fleet. But I want to add the full Parley ability, so we're going to actually add it on Celtic Fury, which is an expensive mercenary ship that will work properly. The reason I almost need this one, I think, is because I want Lenoir on the same ship that has the Chieftain to kind of minimize how many points I'm spending in the fleet. I still want 2 sets of French native canoes, but I don't want the build total to get too crazy. I hope I can make this work at 60. It might have to be 70, but I think it'll work for less than that. So, and then Eileen Bridget O'Brien is going to be on the Celtic Fury. I was going to do Lady Roy Mata from Return to Savage Shores, but I think it'll work better on Celtic Fury, because I don't think Lenoir and Roy Mata are already 10, and then the Chieftain is 9. So that's already 19 points. I don't think there's many French ships that that are at least 19 points that would work. So, because they also need cargo. It might work on the Sabre, I guess. So I could try that. I might make another fleet variant with that ship, but on these other ships, I don't think they would work based on the cargo, because you need Chieftain, Roy Mata, Lenoir, and then realistically, you're gonna want a helmsman as well. So that's 4 cargo spaces. So Sabre might be able to pull it off, but I'm gonna do it with Celtic Fury right now. And part of the reason I want to do that is because we'll get the Dory's keyword, and we're gonna have our linked crew, Eileen Bridget O'Brien, on the Celtic Fury, and because of that, we're also gonna get +1. When the ship rolls for effect at a mysterious island. So we might actually use the Celtic Fury to increase our treasure teleportation efforts here. So we're going to start with this one this time. Start with the big ship here. We're just going to start adding our crew. So you could use that other version, but we really want Born Leader, because the Rise of the Fiends version of Lenoir is going to allow us to get reroll, which is going to be really nice, because then we can reroll pairs extremely well with Born Leader, because you need a 5 or 6 just to get it. And then we're going to add a French Chieftain as well. So for 9 points, so then we're at 18 total. And then we're going to add generic mercenary crew to get us to where we need to be. So this will make the ship a lot more combat capable, make it faster. I think we're going to add an oarsman as well, but we'll find that out for sure later. So 40 points, but really more like 49. So now we get to add our Coeur du Lion with the same setup as we had in the other fleet. So we're going to add Aura. That allows the Chieftain to come aboard and break the point limit of the ship. And then we're going to add Jules as well for the +5 ability. And now we get to add the French canoes. So we're going to add 2 copies of those. So there's going to be a Chieftain on the Coeur and a Chieftain on the Celtic Fury. So now we're at exactly 60. So I guess you could make this fleet work at 60 even without the +5. Making sure it's legal. We don't have to limit crew. So yeah, so this way we get the same kind of idea. We get 10 canoes that all start the island. They start the game docked at Mysterious Island number 15. And then they start redocking immediately and start teleporting treasure home 33% of the time when they get that 5 or 6 effect. And then the idea is pretty much to use Parley as early in the game as possible. Or anytime you know that your coins that you're warping home aren't that good, you can use Parley. It's kind of a weird way to use Parley that I think could work. You got to get lucky, but it's pretty funny to think about, because a lot of times the first treasures you bring home are the best ones. So then if you Parley early in the game, you might lose your best coins. But here, we're going to be flipping coins home randomly. So we might be putting zeros on our home island or UTs that have no effect and things like that. So in this case, we'll kind of monitor when we get the coins home. We can peek at them and see what we got. And then the random choice from Parley might actually give an opponent something bad. So you may select the location, but the specific treasure is chosen randomly. So there's going to be a lot of like treasure teleporting to and from home islands in a game that this fleet is involved in, as long as the MIs are active. So, and then I'm actually going to I think I'll add the same unique treasures I added in the other fleet. So French Royal Decree. So that one should help me and not an opponent, ideally. And it has the same, it says randomly choose a gold coin on my island and put it on your home island. So that's kind of the original reason I wanted to add it to this fleet as well. Wolves. So Wolves is designed to lock up an island. I have no desire to explore with this fleet, like at all, which is weird. So I'm just trying to teleport gold home with the mysterious island effect. So I don't care about loading it. And then if it gets teleported to your home island, it has no effect. So Wolf already ruled about that. So they're essentially set aside and can't be stolen or activated in terms of UTs that end up on a home island. They don't function. And then Nemo's charts, if I get that, it's kind of unlikely to end up on the Celtic Fury, or even a canoe, because it might just sit on my home island, and then I can't load it from my home island. So whatever. In the off chance that I end up with it, it could be nice, and use it to teleport more coins home more frequently and avoid the negative effects of the MI. And then Celestin's charts is basically, I'm not using trade currents. So if the opponent is, it'd be worse for them. And also all islands become unexplored to you, which I don't care about, because again, I'm not really trying to explore. I'm just docking. So ideally that's another UT that would be worse for an opponent to find than me. So that's kind of the idea. Whoops, I got to save this one. So let me add the charts to this fleet as well. And it's kind of debatable what coin distribution to go with. I went with 6540 for the other fleet. So that way each coin is a high enough value to build a fort. I think it's unlikely I'd be building a fort, because I'm not really planning to explore much, if at all. But it's nice to have the values at least be enough to build a fort if that opportunity arises. I think I'll just do the same coins for now. I'll do UTs plus 6540. The 0 is kind of just funny in case you end up with it and then you parlay it to an opponent. So it's kind of another little thematic touch. So then I'll add notes about this stuff. I think terrain, I'd probably go minimal. Say probably minimal, possibly 2 whirlpools. Partly because Celtic Fury could take advantage of those if she gets the Born Leader, same action twice, roll at the right time. She could go in one and the second action to come out the other, or use the second action on the other side to slam an opponent. So islands probably close together. That way the canoes can get from one mysterious island to another. If there's 2 available or even 3 available, they can get from one to another. So yeah, so the idea is to redock, send all the coins home from this one island, and then move to the next island, and then farm that one and start sending treasure home. So, and then any coins you get, you can immediately use to parley. This is pretty nasty. Even in a 60-point game, even at that build total, which is a bit more than 40, this Celtic Fury could be pretty nasty. Might not be the biggest threat, but it certainly could be. So I think this thing with Parley is going to be pretty nasty. So, all right, I think that's most of it. The only question now is what to do with the last 5. So I guess I'll probably just keep it basic for now and do events. I think if events are illegal, you could just fill it out with like Intrepide, or something like that. We're already using core, so we can't really use a navigator. Yeah, the next cheapest friendship is 4, I think, Lizard. I think so. So I'm just gonna do +2 for, actually I'm gonna say, so +5 selections. I'm gonna do Hidden Cove, and then Raft. No, Divers. Divers is the one I want. Divers, and then maybe Favor the Gods, I guess. But that's if events are legal. So if events illegal, or just put banned, could add trapede, or I'd say gold runners that can redock to trigger MIs. So Mermaid, Rover, Jollyman, because with the pirate trio of 1 masters, you can actually get 3 ships for 5 points, which is crazy. But so different options. Not really too concerned about the +5 choices. I think Celtic Fury is almost full, right? So let's see. So we got 9 points. The Chieftain gets us to 18, +6 is 24. So Celtic Fury does have 1. She has 1 point available. So could go with an Explorer or like an equipment. I think that's probably a better idea. Let's see. It's kind of an awkward situation with the points. So I think I'd probably want to add Hidden Cove and Divers with the +5. Then if I have a 1 point crew, then I have another 1 point, which is random. I could just like leave something on the home island. It's kind of it's pretty open fleet, pretty modular in terms of the +5. Let me just add it as an option. So $24 points of cargo. So it could add Explorer or Grapple Shot, etc. Whatever. I'll just leave it like that for now. So the fleet name is based on the Curse of the Black Pearl, when Captain Jack is asking for Parley. So it's kind of a silly idea about you could say that during a game, and then the opponent wants like one of your coins that you teleported home, and then you just throw them you throw wolves or a 0 or something, or some useless treasure. I mean, you might have something good, but maybe you can get it back somehow or overcome the deficit by teleporting more home. So kind of a weird gimmick luck-based fleet based on farming Mysterious Island number 15, but I just wanted to make a version of it that properly utilizes Parley in full rather than relying on an equipment for it. So anyway, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to let me know what you thought of the fleet, and check out the affiliate links on eBay to help out support the channel and my site Pirates with Ben. And beyond that, thanks for watching. Feel so free to subscribe for more Pirates videos, and I'll see you again in more videos.